Best Naruto fight. Let's see. Itachi and Sasuke versus Kabuto. Sakura versus the Sound Ninja. Itachi and Sasuke teaming up is definitely over Sakura having her first little moment against the Sound Ninja. The moment was cool, but we're gonna take Itachi and Sasuke. Sasuke versus Itachi or Kisame versus God. Sasuke versus Itachi was just some edgelord, oh my god, our goth king type shit, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Kisame versus God was like a real fight. We got to actually see what Kisame was about and what Guy was about. So I'm gonna go with Kisame versus God. Rock Lee versus Gar or Hashirama versus Hiruzen. This fight, low-key, is only a part of the total fight. I wish this said Hiruzen versus Orochimaru, and I would have probably taken it. It would have stood a much better chance. I'll say Rock Lee versus Gar is what I'm gonna go with. That moment was epic. We all know about that. That weight drop, bro. Come on. Sasuke versus Danzo or Naruto versus Kimimaro. I don't even remember much from Naruto versus Kimimaro, whereas Sasuke versus Danzo was such a memorable fight. Him having to essentially kill Danzo 10 times, bro. Like Neji versus Naruto or Neji versus Hinata. Both bad moments for Neji, in my opinion, because Neji just looks like a hoe in the Neji versus Hinata fight, as well as a hater in both. He looks like a hater. And then he looks like a hoe in the Neji versus Naruto fight. Gets hoed too. Losing to your own hole you made in the ground sucks. So I'm gonna go with that one. Madara versus Zetsu or Sasuke versus Darui. That fight was cool. It wasn't very peak. It was pretty. It seemed filler. There's so much filler in Naruto. It's hard to like sift through it all and realize what's actually canon sometimes without using the fucking website. Madara versus Zetsu. Madara versus Zetsu. Sasuke versus Darui. I'm actually gonna go with Sasuke versus Darui because it's an actual fight. That Madara versus Zetsu. A hoeing of Madara, one of our favorite characters. He got the best reveal. Then they just hoe him and bring out Kaguya. That wasn't it. I don't think anybody liked that. I don't think anybody liked Kaguya's reveal at all. Kurenai versus Itachi or Kabuto versus Tsunade. Kurenai gets hoed completely. It's not even really a fight. They really should have did Kurenai. They did 10-10 in the manga where it's just a panel. It's not really a fight. Kabuto versus Tsunade definitely takes that. Tsunade getting her fear used against her, fear of blood, you know what I'm saying? And actually showcasing us Kabuto's strong as fuck makes me, this is an easy Kabuto versus Tsunade for me. Sasuke versus Orochimaru was a peak fight at the time. Oh my gosh. That is damn near a peak part 1 fight. Sasuke versus Itachi and Shippuden, bro. Oh, I'm glad they specified. I gotta pay attention to that. Sasuke versus Orochimaru. I think, now hear me out. Sasuke has amazing moments in both for where he's at as a ninja at that time. Obviously his Kirin showing and with the Sasuke versus Itachi fight was crazy, but him getting the curse mark and all of that is actually really pivotal. And that all happens in the Sasuke versus Orochimaru fight. Whereas, and he doesn't beat either person, so it's not like I can give him a, but he won against Itachi, didn't win the fight. Itachi just died on his own type shit. So with that being said, I'm gonna go, I feel wrong because it was so crazy. There was so much shown in the purely off what was shown, all of the dope scenes in the Sasuke versus Itachi fight. I'm gonna go with that. But I really do love the Sasuke versus Orochimaru fight. Kakashi versus Kakuzu or Shikamaru versus Hidan. Both really good fights. Much more choreography in the Kakashi versus Kakuzu fight. Much better in that regard. Actually of a fight. But Shikamaru versus Hidan meant so much to Shikamaru. It was a huge moment, so emotional that I gotta go with the Shikamaru versus Hidan fight. In that last line, I am your god now. Dosu versus Rock Lee or Neji versus Kidomaru. I think that's an easy Neji versus Kidomaru. The Dosu versus Rock Lee fight was crazy at the time. Kakashi versus Zabuza or Sasuke versus Gaara. Sasuke versus Gaara was a dope fight. They're gonna take all of the fight up until the point where he essentially escapes into the woods. But then I think that's the Gaara retrieval arc or he switches. Hello. Take it like, you know what I'm saying, up into that point type shit. But I really do like the Sasuke versus Gaara fight, don't get me wrong. But the Kakashi versus Zabuza fight is insane, puts Kakashi on a different level, really shows us how much of an elite Jonin he is at that time. And just look at the fucking gif of him bitch slapping Zabuza like that. I gotta go with Kakashi versus Zabuza. Can't lie to ya. Madara versus the 5 Kage or Hashirama versus Madara. Madara versus the 5 Kage is really just a belt to ass moment for all of the Kage to see that Madara's better than them and that they're not like that. Whereas Hashirama versus Madara, we already knew Hashirama was supposed to be like that. And if it wasn't for the hacks and all the plans that were already being enacted, Madara would have gotten his ass bust. And the feats that Madara did during that 5 Kage fight was crazy. So if we're really just looking at it in the scope of which fight was better, I like the Madara versus the 5 Kage fight better. Orochimaru versus Hiruzen, there we go, that's the whole thing. Or Jiraiya versus Pain. Granted, the Orochimaru versus Hiruzen fight was crazy. The drama in that fight was crazy. Him raising up and showing us Edo Tensei for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the first time. And it involving showing us the first through third Hokages. And, I'm sorry, the first, second Hokages, and him damn near bringing the fourth Hokage. When Hiruzen saw that third coffin start to come out the ground, broski damn near shitted on himself. With that being said, though, the Jiraiya versus Pain fight with Jiraiya dying at the end, he had never shown this level of power. Jiraiya never showed us how worthy he was to be a Sannin up until this moment. And it was like, oh my gosh, Jiraiya is him. And then, bam, that epic moment. It's epic in the way of like tragic moment. You know what I mean? That's what I meant. Jiraiya versus Pain. Orochimaru versus Anko. Come on now. They hold Anko's fight. Toby versus Konan, or Team 7 versus Kaguya. Because I hate the Kaguya installation, I'm gonna go Toby and Konan. Call me biased, I don't give a fuck. Shino versus Kankuro. Or Jiraiya versus Orochimaru? I think this is so obvious. The Shino versus Kankuro fight was boring as fuck. Naruto and Killer Bee versus Itachi, tough. Or Naruto versus Orochimaru. This is in Shippuden. They're not putting, I guess there is only one Naruto versus Orochimaru fight. I'm actually gonna still go with the Naruto versus Orochimaru, but the Naruto and Killer Bee versus Itachi fight was really cool. Naruto versus Orochimaru was amazing to me. That animation at that time was crazy. Him going four tails, demon mode on Orochimaru was just epic. We saw how much damage Jiraiya got. W's, DJB Law in the chat. We saw that Jiraiya damn near almost died going up against Naruto, and I think he only got to see two tails. And that man's almost died, bro. Jiraiya almost got turned to a pack, bro. At two tails, bro. Come on, man. Granted, we know Jiraiya probably wasn't trying to kill Naruto and more was trying to just subdue him, but still, they almost died. Almost taking out a Sannin at two tails. Come on now, two tails is Sannin level. Sasuke versus Naruto or Rock Lee versus Kimimaro. Rock Lee versus Kimimaro was an amazing fight, and I love seeing drunken Lee. Lee getting a W at any time is amazing to me, even though it really wasn't a full Lee W, but Lee having a moment at any time is a W to me, so I'm just gonna just clap it up for Lee. Sasuke versus Naruto, though, let's talk about it. This fight here is one of the best fights in all of part one. It might be the best fight in all of part one. It's very possible that this is definitely one of the best fights in all of part one. Now, Rock Lee versus Kimimaro, like I said, I really like it because it has that, it's giving me, I'm a fan of Lee, bro. They hold Lee. So for me to see Lee get a W and have moments, come on now, I low-key just gotta go with that. But the Sasuke versus Naruto fight was crazy. I feel like I'm hoeing it low-key, but I'd be hoeing Rock Lee versus Kimimaro if I didn't. And Sasuke versus Naruto had better fights. Hidan versus Asuma or Itachi versus Kakashi. Hidan and Asuma fight was kind of cool, but it felt very one-sided in my opinion. And I would never really expect Hidan without the element of being immortal to have any chance against Asuma, and he doesn't have anything else. So Itachi, whoever has stop it, I'll get you. Stop. But the Itachi versus Kakashi fight actually had way more nuance to it, more motion, more varying degrees of who's winning this fight right now, who's gonna take this fight. There was like actual thought that Kakashi might actually get Itachi for a moment there, whereas in the Hidan versus Asuma fight, it never really seemed like Asuma was gonna come out on top with that because of his scariness. And then during the fight, he's giving them the hands, but he was scared for a reason, and his reason ends up being, oh, this dude's fucking immortal. So I'm gonna go with the Itachi versus Kakashi fight. Naruto versus Pain or Naruto versus Obito. I think the Naruto versus Pain fight is clearly the winner here, bro. Niggas switched the animation style during that fight. Bro, they got Toon Force style animation during that fight. I'm not trying to fucking hear it. Sasuke versus the Sound Ninja or Obito versus Kakashi. Sasuke versus Sound Ninja was fucking goated at the time. Well, let me get goated at the time. That moment was, you weren't a 12-year-old kid seeing Sasuke turn the fuck up on this guy and busting his arms out the socket for fucking with his girl. Come on, son. But then we get the beauty that is Obito versus Kakashi, the cinematic luxury that we got to watch that is Obito versus Kakashi. And I can't lie, I gotta go with it. I'd be hoeing it if I did it right there. Shikamaru versus Kakazu or Naruto versus Kakashi. Pause though. Amari versus Konohamaru or Obito versus Kakashi Young. That is fucked up. This is a fucked up thing. That's fucked up. Pain versus Hinata or Gaara versus Naruto. Pain versus Hinata was just a spanking, whereas Gaara versus Naruto was an emotional back and forth, and I really like that fight a lot. Naruto versus Haku or Choji versus Jorobo. Naruto versus Haku has some crazy feats low-key for Naruto, or early part one Naruto. And And then Choji versus Jirobo really is Choji's only good moment in all of Naruto. Their fight though, and that butterfly moment from Choji it really was crazy. Choji's butterfly wing moment, the reveal of that was crazy, but Naruto's reveal of the Nine Tails power here, this is, this is the first time Naruto's Nine Tail power has been used. He saved himself against Mizuki with the power of just using the scroll. He just used shadow clones against Mizuki. Here he's using, nobody had seen Naruto use this form. Naruto didn't know what the fuck this was. It was a confusion. It was crazy to see. They both get the great form reveal type of aura to them. And with that, I guess I gotta, if they both have that, then I guess I still gotta go with the Naruto versus Haku fight, purely off all of the stakes that were happening at that moment. Sasuke almost died. Naruto put his life on the line to save Sasuke. Essentially, this animation that we're seeing right here is Naruto after being saved by Sasuke putting his life on the line for Naruto. Naruto is willing to return the favor in a fit of rage and just attempts to kill Haku. We've never heard Naruto say he's willing to kill anybody. Facts. Off that alone is Naruto versus Haku. I didn't think about it. Damn it, wait, hold on. Naruto and Sasuke versus Madara, or 10-10 versus Temari. Purely off the fact that the 10-10 versus Temari fight was one frame, I want to give it to. That's just so funny to me that it's not even really a fight. It's more just a we done with this type of thing. But the Madara versus Naruto fight is really crazy. We got to see, look at this purple lightning move. I never saw him use this again, and I was really mad about it. I'm gonna spoil anything, but Madara versus Naruto and Sasuke is an amazing fight. It's kind of meaningless afterwards, but it's an amazing fight. It's the epitome fight before that last piece of bullshit. Killer Bee versus Sasuke, or Hiruzen versus Tobirama. Killer Bee versus Sasuke had aura, bro. Aura. The Killer Bee versus Sasuke fight was pure aura to me, bro. I was sick of him being so fucking overconfident, bro. He was just so overconfident at that time. Whereas the Hiruzen versus Toby, and he got put in his place. Whereas the Hiruzen versus Tobirama thing was like, if this actually hyped up Hiruzen for real, because we didn't know how strong the other Kage were, but we knew what the first, thinking about it logically, you're like, yo, if the first is being touted up to be as strong as they say he is, then what the fuck? What is at least the second? It's the second. How strong can he be? Hiruzen's going hands with them both. Not at this time, he's going 1-1, but to go hands with them both, crazy moment. But to just put it at Hiruzen versus Tobirama alone versus Killer Bee versus Sasuke, I really like the choreography of the Killer Bee versus Sasuke fight, as well as Killer Bee being a new character, the introduction of his fighting style, the new introduction of Sasuke and them being in the Akatsuki. You know what I'm saying? It was all crazy. So I'm gonna go with that fight. I versus Madara, or Sasuke versus Kakashi versus Pain, or Kakashi versus Pain, or Naruto versus Kabuto. I'm gonna go with Kakashi versus Sasuke versus Deidara, or Orochimaru versus Tsunade. Sasuke versus Deidara was actually a great fight and a lot of chess. Orochimaru versus Tsunade was more just like a barrage of look at what's going on, and Orochimaru was nerfed here, so I'm gonna go with the Sasuke versus Deidara fight. Minato versus Obito, or Sasuke versus Naruto, or Madara. Come on. Itachi and Sasuke versus Kabuto, or Kisame versus Guy. Now, the brothers teaming up on Kabuto was an amazing fight, but it really got bailed out with Tsukiyomi shenanigans. I really hate Genjutsu shenanigans by overpowered characters in Naruto. It's not my favorite thing to see. It's right up there with Chakra Max. Kisame versus Guy, fight-wise, was just so much better, in my opinion. Fight-wise, the actual fight. I'm going to go with Kisame versus Guy. Rock Lee versus Gaara, or Sasuke versus Danzo. This is a hard one because a lot of the part 1 fights don't measure up to part 2 Shippuden fights. A lot of the part 1 fights don't hold up to the part 2 fights of Shippuden, you know what I'm saying? But Sasuke versus Danzo was one of those fights for sure. I can't put anything past it. Rock Lee versus Gaara, however, was hair raising up on the back of your neck, goated. I need to do an air horn because it was so good type shit. Rock Lee versus Gaara is sadly a better fight to me than Sasuke versus Danzo. And here's why. Sasuke versus Danzo wouldn't have been a fight if Danzo wasn't the hoe he was to have 10 Sharingans with one of the most overpowered genjutsu of all fucking Naruto. And he's butt. He's actually butt. It took him 10 tries with the most busted genjutsu. He's actually stupidly butt. Sasuke could have erased him if he didn't have 10. If he had only 1, the fight is obviously way shorter, but it's like, bro, who the fuck has 10? If this was a much more realistic situation, nobody should even have this genjutsu anymore, let alone Danzo having 10. And that's the only reason that fight stood a chance at all. What's going on throughout the fight is just a bunch of genjutsu shenanigans, which I just said I'm not a fan of. Rock Lee versus Gaara is hands. Facts. That choreography is fucking amazing. Neji versus Naruto is an amazing emotional moment, and Sasuke versus Daru I swear to you, that's a filler fight. We're just gonna go with the Naruto versus Neji. Kabuto versus Tsunade or Sasuke and Itachi Shippuden. The moments that are in the Sasuke and Itachi fight are definitely greater than the reveal of Kabuto, essentially, which is what that Kabuto and Tsunade fight is. Shikamaru versus Hidan or Neji versus Kidomaru. The moment where somebody has an amazing kill, their best kill, and the other moment where somebody gets a great kill and almost dies in the Neji and Kidomaru fight. Shikamaru has a higher ceiling here with this, but this is a part 1 feat from Neji. Shikamaru versus Hidan, though, is goated, and Neji, I mean, this might be his best feat of all of Naruto. Same for them both. This is both of their best feats in all of this series. I think if you've watched more, read more, you find out that Shikamaru becomes essentially weaker than right now as an adult. But actually, out of shadow possession, strangle a tree here. I assume Hidan to be stronger than that of him. So I'm gonna go with Shikamaru versus Hidan here. Kakashi versus Zabuza or Madara versus the 5 Kage. I'm sorry, Kakashi. This is where you get hoed. The Madara versus 5 Kage fight is ridiculous. That meteor stunt was crazy, and I gotta go with my man. Jiraiya versus Pain or Raikage versus Sasuke. Seeing the Raikage in action for the first time was wild here, and I do like his recklessness that he took in the fight, but however, that was stupid. His recklessness was pretty stupid, and he really would have lost to Sasuke if he didn't get bailed out by his healer friend on the side, as well as the ability to cut off his own arm the way that he did. I'm sure that lightning cloak added in the sharpness of his hand and ability to cut that off without probably 1, as much blood loss, or 2, as much damage to what he did. Is he handless for the rest of this, or does he get a hand? I can't remember after that point. But for that also, he does lose a hand here, but he would have lost his life if he didn't have his healing buddy with him. Jiraiya does get bodied in the Jiraiya versus Pain fight. I know he does get bodied. One of these people walks away in this fight. Actually, 3 out of the 4 participants in both of these fights walk away. Jiraiya is the only one that dies. However, the Jiraiya versus Pain fight was amazing. Jiraiya went out with a crazy bang. He's that guy, and if he didn't get hoed by literally who, at this point, Obito is the strongest person in the series. Madara's not there yet. Yeah, Obito is the strongest person in the series, or this is Nagato. Would I place Nagato over Obito? Maybe if he hoes him with the paths correctly. But Jiraiya has to get the worst matchup in all of the Akatsuki. This is awful. Whoever was gonna have to go up against either Pain or Obito, it was gonna be a wrap. So sorry, I think that the Jiraiya versus Pain fight is better. Tobi versus Konan or Jiraiya versus Orochimaru. I'm actually gonna go Tobi versus Konan. Konan being essentially Naruto's version of Batman with her epic planning, or her epic level of planning in prep, is crazy. Tobi just happened to be hacks and the person who had to carry on the rest of the anime and the plot. So Konan got hold there. Konan could have went up against pretty much anybody else at that time and probably came out with a victory. Konan is a beast. She just went up against the Akatsuki leader without knowing that she was. Naruto versus Orochimaru, that's that Four Tails Naruto, or Rock Lee versus Kidomaru. Sorry, Lee, you're getting hold here because that Rock Lee fight, while amazing, doesn't top what Naruto was able to do in the feats that he put on in this fight against Orochimaru. Seeing Orochimaru use the Rashomon gates, while he is nerfed, I don't think he had use of. Did he have full use of his hands? I can't remember. We see him doing that here, but I don't think he used. I thought Kabuto was helping him.
T-Mobile home internet is about.
してあげるわ。それより後ろの小ネズミさんつけをナルトこれってやはり出てきたか。ジライア様は一体何本目まで。
17 minutes of a fight. I just want to see if he had access hands to this fight. No, he does because he punches Naruto clean in his shit. That's crazy. It's Naruto versus Orochimaru, bro. This fight was crazy. Itachi versus Kakashi or Naruto versus Pain. Naruto versus Pain fight was wild. The Itachi versus Kakashi fight, while fire and a great reveal of how strong a clone even of Itachi was, the Naruto versus Pain fight obviously tops that, bro. Obito versus Kakashi is goated as a fight. Maru versus Konohamaru, no, I don't think anybody cares about that fight. Come on now, they're just holding people at this point. We finally brought Bing Bong to the peak. Hey, my boy Cinco in the chat. Bring Bing Bong to the peak. Fire. What do you get for that? What do you get? You get cosmetics or you just get the badge? Naruto versus Haku or Madara versus Naruto and Sasuke. Again, great feats for peak feats for part 1 Naruto. Really amazing feats within the first 30-40 episodes of Naruto right here. And he never again in part 1 has feats this good until he learns the Rasengan. And even then, he never traveled light speed in this clip. This is craziness. Well, we actually don't ever see him this strong again in all of Naruto. I don't think, in all of part 1. Madara versus Naruto and Sasuke clearly is an amazing fight, though. This is the peak of them, or this is both of them are at nearly the peaks of their power and Shippuden, and I gotta go with that. It's up. I need 10 more badges, and badges is fits too. Oh, badges give you new fits every time? I didn't even put that together. I thought that the badge was just like, it's either the badge or cosmetics. Killer Bee versus Sasuke or Guy versus Madara. I don't think that this is a contest. Guy versus Madara was an amazing fight. Even though Broski didn't accomplish his goal at the end of that, that was just crazy. That's not getting topped by that fight, sorry. Kakashi versus Pain or Sasuke versus Deidara. Kakashi versus Pain was fully fire. For Kakashi to scale here, it was amazing. He did lose, but it was an amazing fight. Kakashi put on a great display of multiple jutsu, some of his normals, obviously. But just the planning and execution, brains. We get to see Sasuke's curse mark here. Like Deidara versus Sasuke fight was just amazing. I'm sorry. The Kamui move from Kakashi in his fight was fire. Every badge is new cosmetic. Okay. Minato versus Obito or Madara versus, again, bro, Madara flexing on all of the Ninja Alliance is crazy work. I didn't want to have to come to this one here. I was really hoping that something else would get matched up. Why I felt like a Guy clip was going to get matched with the Rock Lee Gara clip. Now, here's the thing. I love me some Lee, but Guy is just better Lee. Fact. It is what it is. Guy is just better Lee. He's Lee on steroids. He's Lee grown, because we never see Lee do anything good when he's an adult by himself. So I for the sake of me just looking at it like that, this is really Lee versus Guy, right? Yeah, Kisame versus Guy. Neji versus Naruto or Sasuke versus Itachi. The Sasuke versus Itachi fight is taking that. Even though the Neji versus Naruto fight was great in the first experience that we got, really like the second or maybe third experience of Talk no Jutsu in all of Naruto, it was great. Shikamaru versus Hidan or Madara again. Madara smacking multiple niggas around is too much for y'all. Toby versus Conan, Detective Conan, or Jiraiya versus Pain. I really do love the Jiraiya versus Pain fight. I really do. Even though the Toby versus Conan fight was great, and it was cool to see Conan damn near almost take out the leader of the Akatsuki that I'm on now. Like, Jiraiya versus Pain is just a damn near goated fight. So emotional, bro. I cried. Naruto versus Orochimaru or Naruto versus Pain. Both epic displays from Naruto, but the Naruto versus Pain fight was better in my opinion. Obito versus Kakashi or Gaara versus Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto, they're holding you in your own show there. Madara and versus Naruto and Sasuke or Guy versus Madara. I'm actually not bullshitting. I like the Guy versus Madara fight better. Sasuke versus Deidara or Madara versus the Ninja Alliance. We're going with Madara. Sasuke versus Itachi or Kisame versus Guy. I really like the Kisame versus Guy fight. I really do. I love the displays of Guy using taijutsu to just smack niggas around. And every time we see Guy do some shit, it's just like such an increase in a level from anything that we've seen him do before. And we're always like, why is Guy not around? Every time. So I love that. Madara versus the 5 Kage or Jiraiya versus Pain. Both of these are jumpings. One is just a reverse jumping. And then the reverse jumping goes really bad for the people who tried to jump. So I'm going to go with the 5 Kage versus Madara fight. Naruto versus Pain or Obito versus Kakashi. Both emotional fights. Both have peak animation. A lot of people don't like the Naruto versus Pain fight. I like it. I think it was purposefully cartoonish, Toon Forcey, kind of that real drastic change in speed and in dimension, things like that. I really like the Naruto versus Pain fight, clearly. But the Obito versus Kakashi fight was really just hands. There was a lot of just real good fight choreography there, whereas the Naruto versus Pain fight clearly had that too, but it was like 2 Goliaths going at it versus the Obito versus Kakashi fight, which just looked like 2 ninja. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Naruto versus Pain fight. Madara versus Guy or Madara versus the Ninja. In this game I'm playing right now, I feel like Gaara after he takes off the weights. What game you played? That sounds like Haste or some other shit. I feel like I saw this one game where it's like an RPG genre where like you just make your guy like super busted fast, ridiculously fast. Madara versus Ninja. I really love the Guy versus Madara fight, bro. Guy putting his life on the line like that and being upheld as the best taijutsu user of all of Madara's time that he's seen. I feel like, no, I knew you meant Rock Lee. I knew what you meant. Guy versus Madara fight, bro. I can't not choose it here. Not against that. Madara versus the 5 Kage or Kisame versus Guy. Madara is really, I might be a Madara fanboy, or at least I love his appearances, bro. He has some of the best fucking fights in the series, bro. Nah, the fact Guy got plot armor there. He was supposed to die, and I really would have rathered him die because they don't use him or put him to use at all in Shippuden, bro. Or, I'm sorry, at all in Boruto, bro, to waste having kept Guy around. And it kind of makes me mad. Naruto versus Pain or Guy versus Madara. Now, seeing that Neji is gone, it's crazy. Neji was supposed to die in Shippuden. Naruto Part 1 against Kidomaru. He was supposed to die against the spider nigga. I don't know why they kept him just to let him die to a stick. Naruto versus Pain, Guy versus Madara. Man, this is a hard one because one is a much longer fight with much more peaks and valleys to it and changes in momentum, whereas the Guy versus Madara fight is a literal spanking of Madara. Guy spanking him pretty much that whole time up until the point where he decides to use Night Guy and blow away half of Madara, which would, if it was anyone else, would have died. Indica, if it was literally anyone else, my cat just jumped up on the table. If it was anyone else, it would have literally died, bro. But the fact that it was Madara at this moment, and I wish they would have just like really hold him. The stakes being taken away from the 8 Gates kind of hold Guy here, because Naruto's emotional moment of Hinata damn near dying was very real, and he's the only person that fixed that. It's a much shorter fight. I gotta go Naruto versus Pain, bro. Madara versus the 5 Kage or Naruto versus Pain. I'm gonna go Naruto versus Pain being the winner here. Let's see what else people got. Naruto versus Pain has an 80% win rate. Sasuke versus Naruto in Shippuden has essentially an 80% win rate. People think it's Naruto versus Pain, Sasuke versus Naruto, Obito versus Kakashi, Sasuke versus Naruto in Part 1, Rock Lee versus Gaara being a top 5 fight. Fuck with it. Team 7 versus Kaguya, get that out of here. Guy versus Madara, I would replace Sasuke versus Naruto. The Sakura versus Sasori. Sakura versus Sasori? Hell no. Niggas are smoking dopey. Y'all are smoking dope if you think that is a top Naruto fight. Let's see.